Wasabi gangsters, it's me, Chance Dillon, here to talk to you about books. A little less lighting in the background today, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. Kind of looks like it's not glaring and blinding you, which is also good. So let's talk about my reading real quick. Let's get it out of the way. We have Dust of Dreams. I'm on chapter 17. We're actually kind of cruising through this. I've got 7 chapters left. I'm averaging about 1 a day, which is, I mean, these are hour-long chapters, but for me, that's like, as far as reading goes lately, that's pretty good for me. I'm really excited. I'd like to get more done with the copy edits, which I'll get to later, of Mercial's of Fate. Things are going a little bit slower in the reading regard. That said, I did get a quite good amount of reading science. Words. I'm supposed to be good at that. I read the second short story in Conan the Cimmerian, which is the Frost Giant short story. I read that today. Absolutely, again, we're seeing more of Robert E. Howard's writing come into play of just like how, oh man, I use this word actually for Scott Palmer's book, but just the setting itself and the feeling of being in this world and in this universe feels so real, and seeing Conan and everything that he is doing in this world and what he overcomes and that other people can't. And it's just fascinating. The magic is awe-inspiring and again, fascinating. The writing really holds up, which is insane to say about a story that's so old. But the Book Street Boys, you guys can go to the Discord. We're doing a buddy read of that right now. We have a channel for it. You guys can check it out over there on the Book Street Boys Discord, which is in the description below. You can join that. There's a bunch of other stuff there as well. We just hang out in the general chat there too. But yeah, the Conan read-along is really coming along, and we're getting about a short story a week. So I did the Frost Giant this week. I will report on the next one next week. And then I finished the Sound of Starfall by Scott Palmer, which is the novella in the Last Ballad series. I believe is a 7-book epic series. Scott's ability to write is incredible, and this short story does so much in such a small package, but it's still a beautifully established package. Sounds wrong to say, but it is. It's just like such a well-presented package, and I said it again, and it is a very, very good story. I highly recommend if you're curious about getting into the Last Ballad series. I believe the first book is A Memory of Song. Check this out. This really opens up the universe, and we start to see some characters forming that I was informed by Scott Palmer himself is going to be a really sort of a cool progression of our characters that we meet in this novella going into the series. I don't know if it's necessary to enter the series, but I would recommend it as somebody who read it. It's very fast. It probably emboldens the rest of the series, which I'm really excited to get into the Last Ballad myself as the year goes on, and I can't wait to continue reading that series. Now, we got a package from the Broken Binding, which is this Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, and this is an author that has been on my radar for quite some time. This wasn't the series that I was going to pick up first, but now that just like looking at how beautiful this freaking edition is, I don't see how it isn't. I believe there was another series she just came out with last year that I was going to start, but this seems like the place that I'm going to actually get my feet under me with Andrea Stewart, and I'm very excited to read it. Again, I don't know when as far as my speed goes, because Crippled God is next after Dust of Dreams. There's Of Empires and Dust, Empire of the Dawn, a lot of Empire, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so I have quite a bit on the TBR. We're going to finish up Dust of Dreams hopefully in the next couple of weeks. That would be ideal in terms of my pacing. This past week, I feel like I'm able to do that. But now let's get into. I didn't do any Berserk this past week. I know. The copy edits came in on Monday from Gracie York, and by the way, it is just so. Let me just actually talk about this real quick. I'm getting into my writing. We're going to talk about Mercial's of Fate here. Okay, so if you're just here for the reading, hopefully that was exciting enough for you. But as we move into the writing bit, I'm going to talk about Mercial's of Fate, the second book in my 4-volume duology, Mercy. And the second volume here is coming out in March, and I am so excited to get these advanced reader copies out to you. If you haven't signed the advanced reader copies digital form, it's in the description below. You can find it on my website, chancedillonauthor.com. I have a newsletter there. I put out something every week similar to this conversation here, only in writing form and probably just a little bit more reflective, just simply because I'm able to sit down and write. It feels a little bit better doing that. I just want to make sure my volume is good here. Okay, I mean, it is. It's as high as it can be. Okay, I'm going to lower that for you guys. Sorry about that. yeah, I am so excited. Got the copy edit back. We're about 9 chapters done with the copy edit. I'm going to dive in and get to 2 or 3 more tonight. I'm going to finish the first third for sure. And then once we're done with the back 2/3 here, we're going to be able to get the advanced copies formatted as far as the digital ones and out to you. And then we can start running the physical giveaways. I probably will run the first physical giveaway as soon as I have an idea of what the physical arcs look like. They printed fine last time, so I'm going to have faith, but I am going to order some to me. I'm going to start the giveaways, and if there are issues with the print, I will resend the arcs to the first winner, second winner, depending on how they all come about. That said, the digital arcs are going to be sent out in probably February 5, Feb 10, which is great. I'm just so stoked. Unfortunately, I didn't give it a 3-month leeway like I did for book 1, but this is just sort of the deadline we were working on, having some things happen in the developmental editing phase. But we got 8 or 9 chapters done. We had the final beta reader come in with their feedback, which is actually, I'm going to just reveal who that is because they're actually going to be a part of the editorial team going into book 3, which his name is Maxwell Earp. I believe his YouTube channel is Maxwell Reads Fantasy. I'm going to leave it in the description below. You guys can go check it out. What a phenomenal beta reader, first of all, just in terms of like, both my beta readers were great. But just in terms of like, the feedback that I got, I know I said both, but it's just how much I had time for in terms of my ability to get feedback and execute on it. But he's going to be part of the editorial team. I'm really excited to have him on board. The beta reader feedback that he gave, obviously, there was a lot in there that was positive, but also the constructive stuff was very beneficial. There's actually 2 or 3 things, I think, like relatively big things that we're going to execute on that he gave feedback on, which is partly why he's going to be a part of the developmental editing team going into book 3, which I'm again, really stoked about. It's such a value add, really great constructive feedback and just how it's presented. And I'm so excited to make these small changes. Well, small changes that have big impacts and big ripple effect. But yeah. Very excited to have him on board. So go check him out. If you guys have yet to, you can go sign up to my newsletter, which I just mentioned before. But you get the first 4 chapters of Tears of the Fallen. You get a short story called The Blood Rebellion, which is on there. It's in universe. And you guys can be ready for these updates every week. I'll send out specific things related to the audiobook when that time comes there, as well as a bunch of other information and also just extra giveaway insert, like application parts. If you're on the newsletter, if you guys were part of this back in June, you know that you get an extra entry into the giveaways for the arcs. So that's something to consider as well. Again, super grateful for all of you following along. We're almost at 100 reviews over on Amazon. We're at about 89, so 11 more. Good, bad, or ugly. Super grateful you guys have chipped in and left your reviews for Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. And I'm so excited for everything that comes next with this series with Mercy. Wow, it's been such a long road to get the second book ready and out. In terms of like, obviously we had the first book launch, and this is my first time operating under being already out and having the story in the universe, like actually in the actual universe. And so it's interesting to sort of experience the editing process while that's happening, right? And it's going to be even more interesting drafting book 3 with this all, like with 2 books out, at that point. There's a lot that I'm considering in terms of my social media presence in that time. I'm still going to be doing these weekly videos. You don't have to worry about that because I think those updates are great. I think it's, again, very reflective for me to do these updates. The newsletters will still go on as regular, obviously to keep you guys up with word count, which we're about, again, 10% done with the goal word count. We're at 20,000 words for the 3rd volume of Mercy, which is, again, really exciting. Other than that, guys, I am just super stoked for what this year has to bring. Again, very grateful for all of you. Thanks for listening to me ramble and word vomit. Leave in the comments below tomato sandwich. Just leave that in the comments below. Just make sure it fits properly. Hopefully that's not... Oh, wait, did I do tomato last time? Egg, tomato. I don't know. Just do tomato sandwich. Tomatoes, I guess, live in my brain rent-free. So there's that. All right. I'm going to make my short 90-second video for the other socials. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, not old. All right, we're good. Oh, I didn't press it. You guys thought I was going to press it. All right, I'll do that now.